My guest is here. Karoline Leavitt is on the phone. She's the national press secretary for the Trump campaign. Earlier this week, she was censored by CNN because she dared say things that were true out loud on air. Karoline, good to have you with us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
It is a remarkable thing, though, to see your conversation earlier this week with CNN's Casey Hunt. All you started saying were things that have literally been said on CNN by this week's debate moderators. Why was she so angry that you were reminding the viewers of the very things they heard on the network?
Well, because CNN can't handle the truth. That's why. And they are an anti-Trump deranged network that is posing as the most trusted name in news. And all I was doing was repeating statements that Jake Tapper himself has made on the air on multiple occasions. He's called President Trump's presidency a long American national nightmare. He's frequently compared President Trump to Hitler, which is disgusting and obviously false. Those are opinions of a liberal activist, not of a true journalist. So I was just pointing out that we expect this to be a 3-on-1 fight on Thursday, and CNN couldn't take the truth. They cut off my mic, and in doing so, they proved our campaign's very point, that we know President Trump is walking into hostile territory on Thursday, but he's doing it anyway because he wants to get his message to every voter across this great country.
Yeah, I've been saying, and I think President Trump has been saying, I think you've been saying, that when President Trump accepted the CNN debate arrangement, he was doing it in an environment where we all sort of believed that Biden thought it wasn't going to happen. So the Biden campaign is saying, oh, yeah, we're going to do the debate on CNN. There's no way Trump accepts this. President Trump accepted it, calling their bluff.
Well, that's exactly what happened. And President Trump is committed to delivering on his promises. And he promised American voters that he would debate Joe Biden anytime, anywhere, any place. And so Biden's campaign team, they came back on CNN with two hosts they know are in Joe Biden's pocket. They came up with all of these crazy rules to protect Joe Biden because they know he's cognitively declining. And President Trump said yes. So now we have this debate tomorrow night. And I think Joe Biden's handlers are obviously very worried about it. That is why they have had him hiding away in the woods at Camp David for the last week with no publicly scheduled events. And, I think your audience and all Americans should be really concerned with the fact that we have a leader of the free world who cannot debate prep and also govern at the same time. Biden can't hold one public event all week, really? That is pretty concerning, and we should expect him to be juiced up on whatever the heck he was on at the State of the Union tomorrow night because his team knows how much is riding on this debate.
If I can, for just one moment, I want to go back to the moderator issue. Has Jake Tapper or Dana Bash, for that matter, have either of them reached out to your campaign to apologize for those past remarks on the air, to say that they've turned over a new leaf, that they're going to be fair, anything like that?
Absolutely not. In a matter of minutes, Casey Hunt tweeted out her defense of herself, saying, if you go on the air and attack her colleagues, she's going to cut you off. Well, I wasn't attacking her colleagues. I was simply stating the facts about what they've said in the past. And now her colleagues have had real attacks by many people on the internet because people have now gone and looked up, well, what is CNN so afraid of? What are they trying to hide? And people have seen Jake Tapper's very long history of anti-Trump statements in live. And so I haven't had an apology. Do not expect one. Will I go back on the air? Absolutely. No problem with that. We need to get the truth out to all Americans across this country. So I'll take the fight anywhere we need to go to do that.
How confident are you that CNN employees are not leaking the questions to Joe Biden ahead of the debate? The reason I ask that is not merely speculative. It of course, has occurred in the past. The former head of the DNC, who was once a CNN employee, Donna Brazil, has admitted, and it was made public, that she leaked questions to the Hillary Clinton campaign during the primary phase in 2016 from CNN. CNN claims that they parted ways with her over that. But how have they given you any assurances that they're not doing that now, or that they're locking down the ability for employees to share questions with Biden?
Well, we have asked if those questions have been shared. We were told they were not. I can tell you with full certainty, we certainly have not gotten any questions or topics sent to us. That's a question for the Biden campaign. You'll have to have one of his spokespeople on the show and ask them directly. We, of course, wouldn't know that. And we hope that's not the case. We hope CNN will be fair. We hope that they will try to reclaim their reputation as the most trusted name in news tomorrow night and ask good, tough questions of both candidates. And, you know, they should ask Joe Biden why he lied on the debate stage 4 years ago about the existence of the Hunter Biden laptop. That is a key question. If Jake Tapper and Dana Bash want to truly prove that they are not liberal activists, then that would be a good question to ask.
Well, it's going to be a little hard for Jake Tapper to do something like that, because we get news today from Real Clear Politics that Jake Tapper's source for his original piece about the Steele dossier came to him from Jim Clapper, who was working in the government at the time. And then James Clapper, Jake Tapper, James Clapper, it all runs together. So James Clapper apparently was his source for all of this. James Clapper would subsequently lie about being the source. James Clapper would go in public and say, we're looking for whoever did this. This is awful that this occurred. It was him the whole time. Jake Tapper knew that, and to this day has never admitted that his source was James Clapper, and that he knew that James Clapper was lying to the public.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right. And these are lies that CNN has pushed for years. They have been pushing the Russia hoax. They pushed the Hunter Biden laptop scandal. Dana Bash, by the way, was married to one of the 51 intelligence officers who signed on to the letter saying the Hunter Biden laptop is Russian disinformation.
Yes.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
It's so wild. So in terms of topics, you mentioned before they haven't sent you the topics. Does that mean that there is no specific topic for this debate, that it's just going to be freewheeling?
We don't know the topics and we don't know the questions. No, we hope that the topics will be what people actually care about in this country, the millions of people who will be tuning in, inflation and immigration. You look at any poll, CNN's own polling shows that that those are the top two issues on the minds of voters across the country. So we hope those are the questions that will be asked, but it has yet to be seen.
And we've seen some reporting this week that the prep that Joe Biden is doing involves them building an entire studio at Camp David. They have lights and all sorts of people making it appear like he's actually standing in a studio, Truman Show style. We've also seen reporting that the goal of the campaign is to try and get Joe Biden to, quote, trigger Donald Trump. He's going to try and throw Trump off balance by triggering him. What's your reaction to at least the public details of their strategy?
I think it's concerning that we have a leader of this country, the leader of the free world, the president of the United States, that has to prep for a debate for 7 days, that can't engage in anything else. I mean, we have real crises on our hands as a country. Yesterday, there was a report from DHS that there are more than 400 immigrants who have been smuggled here from ISIS, and more than 50 of them no one can identify. We have terrorists in our country, and our government has no idea where they are, and Joe Biden is hiding away in the woods. Just last week, Russia and North Korea met to sign a pact to support one another. I mean, the world is laughing at us and taking advantage of us while Joe Biden is hiding away, prepping for this debate. We need a president who can lead, and who can govern, and President Trump is clearly the candidate in this race who can do that, and tomorrow night is going to be an opportunity for him to show that.
Finally, Karoline Leavitt, and thank you for your time as always. President Trump's preparation, we understand, has involved just having some conversations with policy advisors. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, he's been meeting with policy advisors that are the experts on the issues that matter to American voters. But aside from that, he's been continuing with his very busy campaign schedule, and with meeting with like I said, policy advisors, but also engaging in hostile media interviews with the press, meeting with American people, the most important audience of all, which, that's why he's so good. That's why he knows what voters care about, because he goes out there, he gives rally speeches, he goes to cheesesteak shops like we saw him do in Philly on Saturday. So he's ready for this debate. He's prepared, and we look forward to the opportunity.
Karoline Leavitt, who may or may not know who the running mate is, National Press Secretary for the Trump campaign. Thank you, Karoline. Good to talk to you.